they gave me like all these full-loaded packs of squibs. And usually they use quarter loads, and they loaded me up with those shotgun blast. And so they loaded me up with like 6 full squibs on my back, and I had to trigger it myself. But the idea was that I see a bunch of people about to shoot us, I guess with machine guns or whatever. And so I turn and I cover Chris and company and protect him. But in reality, we're like behind the door, and I've got my little thumb on my little button. And Chris just goes, "Don't touch the button." And I look back at his face, it's right by the squid. I'm like, oh, shit. So didn't kill him. That's good.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
I want to ask, you guest star on Torchwood. How did it feel to kiss John Barrowman?
Oh, yeah. I learned one thing, though, just because we're all guys. If you want a good kiss, y'all, shave. John, it was like midday before we got to that kiss, and he, was shave, but but my fiance directed that kiss. She was on a bar stool 5 feet away. We would kiss, we'd turn to her and say, "How's that?" And she'd be like, "Oh, that was good." But we need to do it again. And so she got 5 takes out of it. I think we only would have done 2, but the director let it go. He was usually like, "This is beautiful, man."
That was my question. I guess I'll ask you about your audition for Torchwood. Like, did you audition for it?
No. They stopped it to me. I was in London, and I couldn't get my tour manager to come out and go to dinner with me because the new Doctor Who was on. And I didn't know the show. And so she goes, "If you want to have dinner with me, just come into my room, I'll have room service, and watch Who." So I'm watching Who, and like 15 minutes go by, and I thought it was over because there was so much plot that had already happened in 15 minutes. I was like, "That's the quickest hour I've ever seen." And I look over the clock, and I'm like, "It's not even halfway over yet." So by the end of it, there was like 4 episodes of television, America, the U.S. in that, and I said, "Damn, I'm going to be on the show." So I called up my manager and said, get a hold of people doing Who, see if I can come on. And he got a hold of them. Said, "Can James come and do an episode?" And they're like, "No." But we have a spin-off. It was a perfect character. We wrote it a long time ago, and we haven't found anybody to play it, but James would be perfect for it, so come on, there's going to be a script. And I was just like, oh, yeah. Right on. Hello. Living dangerously.
I've got 2 quick questions. First one is, have you ever had to do anything as an actor or on stage at a time when you've been uncomfortable doing, or a storyline that you were very comfortable with?
Yeah. My professional debut on stage was The Tempest, the Shakespeare Tempest, and I played Ferdinand, who is kind of the perfect man for Miranda, who is the daughter of Prospero. So Prospero knows that my character is on the ship. He sinks the ship just to get this kid on the island. So the director, Bob Falls, who was like a big-time director, he comes up to me first rehearsal, and he goes, "Kid, I think for this first scene we're going to have you nude." And it's like, this is my first professional show. And I'm like, okay. And we're going to have you spread equal on a Who, like Dimension's perfect man, because you're the perfect man for Miranda. It'll be awesome. And but don't worry, we'll light it really tastefully. You won't be right out exposed. And but the lighting director broke his leg and asked him the week before we started technical rehearsal. So his assistant did it like a Vegas show. It was just like I was just out there. And most of the audience was like 70-year-olds, so I could hear all the opera glass going. I thought the guy that was playing one of the strikes that was wheeling me on stage, he would always like hold Penthouse up to me before he wheeled me on stage. I was like roped in. I couldn't get away. And he was trying to, playing strikes. I was like, yes. Yeah, Spike was the best. most fun I've ever had.
There was a movie before the series there with something Vampire Slayer with Christmas Swanson and Perry before that. And I was wondering, I know it's not so much how you cancel the series, but I was wondering, you ever consider doing something Vampire movie?
Oh yeah, I'd love to, but we gotta get Sarah on board, or the Vampire Slayer, somebody else, you know. And they burned Sarah up to a crisp. We were known as Buffy the Weekend Slayer. And we would work 12 to 20 hours a day because we had so many elements. We had a lot of makeup, we had a lot of special effects, like, you know, off-camera special effects. We had a lot of on-set special effects. We had a lot of stunts. We just had all the elements. So we just churned up the clock. And frankly, she was in almost every scene, so she got burned. And when that contract was over, she was like, goodbye. I'm going to go to sleep for 5 years. Get it? Yeah, so if they call, man, I'd love to come back. Yeah.
As far as the Christmas thing you did in Tempest by Shakespeare, were they a Christmas by Shakespeare?
What's that?
Was there any other Shakespeare Christmas you did?
Oh, God, yeah. I was in the theater for like 10 years before I did that. So, yeah. Also in Innswell, I did Macbeth, yeah, I never did Titus. I saw horrible characters. All the characters is bad enough, it was good. A couple others that I forget. I don't want to start naming Shakespeare quotes, but those are probably the three that I remember the best. Be not confused. The isle is full of noises, sounds, sweet airs, and give you life, but not. Sometimes 1,000 crackling instruments will hum like my ears. Sometimes voices. But if I let them wake up along and sleep, you make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, the clouds came over and show riches that is drawing heart.